Hi everyone, welcome back to Max TV. A friend of mine asked me to have a look at her Hoover. Actually, let me rephrase that. A friend of mine asked me to have a look at her vacuum cleaner brand Hoover. And it's the model SD101. So what happens is it's charging apparently. So you can see the red light flashing, and but it doesn't turn on. So just keeps charging and nothing happens. So I'm suspecting probably battery, lithium battery. It could be something else. So let's have a look first. We'll try to plug it in into, well, we're actually going to test out that power supply. It's supposed to be, what is it? 21.4 volts, 350 milliamps. So we're going to plug it in and measure that it's got 20. It's very, very light. So let's see if it's got 24 volts. Obviously the light's flashing, so there's some sort of power there. So we've got our multimeter here, just so you can see it. So we've got 21.6 volts. That's a few volts below what it should be. Maybe it needs a load. But it still should be charging at least something. So if I press power button, absolutely nothing happens. Okay, let's flip it around. I'll put that aside. And there is a compartment right here that looks like that might be the battery enclosure. So let's undo this and see what's underneath. I've never actually dealt with the vacuum cleaners before with the wireless, was with Hoovers. So that's a first experience. Let's see what that kind of, yep, that's the battery pack. And it's standard 18650s in there in this block. So let's measure the voltage on those batteries. Almost tempted to supply the 24 volts into there. What is it? It says it is 18 volts DC, 2000 milliamps. 5 cells. So almost, yeah, tempted to supply 18 volts directly into the connector and see if it's gonna work. So I'll measure the voltage in the battery first and see if it's good. If it is, then we'll open up the vacuum cleaner. And we got 0. Well, 1.3 millivolts. So the culprit is definitely the battery. I'm going to pull this apart and we'll explore it further. So here's the battery with the 3 screws that holding the enclosure. I've removed already 2. That's the last one, which is undone. So let's pull that apart. So we've got a circuit board, the control charging controller. There it is. Now I can see the fuse. So we can check the continuity of the fuse to make sure that's not blown. Let's set our multimeter to continuity. The fuse is good. So I'm assuming that's the cells that are bad. Let's see what we can do. So let's try to get some access to the cells. Just, yeah, sticky stuff all over the place. Okay, and we exposed the other. I tried doing it carefully, but obviously that didn't really work. Doesn't matter. I've got replacement pads. So let's check individual cells and see if one of them could have died. Because those companies, unlike, say, eBay batteries, let's take Ryobi, for example. You got this pack, and if one of the batteries are odd, the circuitry will cut it off completely, so the whole battery will be, not working. And you can't use it just for safety reasons. If you buy ones off eBay, they got less circuitry, and even if one cell is playing up, it still works. So that's the difference why they, in a price, why those genuine ones are so more expensive, because as you can see, it's tons of circuitry. Even laptops don't have that much circuitry in them. So let's test the cells and see if we can get a reading from them. So I'll start with this positive cell. And we got millivolts. So I think it's safe to say that all the cells are discharged fully. And that's why the battery would prevent it from charging. So because the cells are fully discharged below the minimum threshold, that will not be working. Okay, so I'm gonna remove all the batteries, and just for the sake of it, I'm gonna put them in that charger that I got recently, the smart charger, and see what the charger says about them. But personally, I wouldn't be I'll just redo the whole batteries. I'd put the new batteries in. So which I'm going to do. So I'll take those batteries out. Well, we'll take them out. We'll put the new ones in. And then we'll run those through the charger and see what the charger says about those ones. So I'm going to unscrew those screws and desolder the wiring and remove that as a whole block from the circuit board. And then I'll get rid of all those joints. The board is now separated from the cells. So that's the board itself. There's another microcontroller on the back here. That's odd. Looks like they're meant to be LEDs. It says LED green key. So I assume that's actually the brains of the vacuum cleaner as well, by the look of it. So you got the key, ground, so those two pins would be triggering the vacuum cleaner. Yes, those two LEDs, red and green. Obviously common probably to ground. That's the pack, and charger plus, which would be charging separating the voltage for the batteries. So this is the brain of the vacuum cleaner built into the battery by the look of it. And the vacuum cleaner itself would just have a motor and a button with LEDs. So now let's open up the cell. So there's another two screws here, which I'm gonna undo. And before we can actually split the plastic enclosure apart, we would have to remove those tabs that joins the batteries together. So those ones. Other way, you can't pull it apart. So I'm going to do that and pull it apart, and we'll have a look at the cells. The tabs have been carefully removed because I will be reusing those. So I usually use just those snips and just carefully get underneath and pull it out. So make sure when you're doing this, make sure the battery is completely discharged, because if it's not, you can accidentally short it or something bad can happen. So make sure it's all discharged before you remove the tabs. Even if you're going to dispose of them and you're going to cut them out, still make sure the battery is discharged. So I will be reusing those tabs. So let's get the battery. Now we can pull it apart. And here we have it, 5 cells. LG Dame 11865, so that's 18650s. 35, yeah, okay. So those are going to go into the smart charger. If I can get them all out, there we go. And now I'm just going to go and get the replacement cells. Those look good, but yeah, they're probably bad. So I've got some matching 18650s here. They are around 2000 milliamps, and they're matching at 100 milliohms. So as you can see, this one's 102, and they're matching in the voltages. They're all fully charged. So I'm going to start assembling this and soldering the tabs. So what I'll do is I'll put the batteries in, and I'll solder most of the tabs. I'll leave one tab off just so I can show you how I usually solder them. So let me show you how I solder the 18650 batteries. So make sure that you have a cloth with you. You should, there's a cloth, damp one end in water just so it's slightly wet, so there's no water dribbling of it or anything like that, just slightly wet. And the rest of it is cold. So first of all, take your RA type flux and do a little drop on the battery, just a tiny drop. Take a soldering iron, make sure it's preheated to around 440 degrees. That's my temperature. You can go a bit higher if you want. And then just really quickly, it takes maybe 2 seconds, if that, just to put a little blob of solder on the battery. That's it. So as you can see, it's there. You don't need to hold it there for forever or anything. And then just quickly damp it with a cold cloth. And then just dry cloth. So we just put a little blob of solder on the battery. So then you take the terminal that you want, place it on there, do another little tiny drop of the RA type flux, And then do the same thing, get something metal ready next to you, so you're going to be pressing it down. So line it up perfectly. Then watch what I do. I'll apply solder, hold it down. While I put the solder all down, I'll grab this scissors in my case, push it down with scissors and let go of the soldering iron. So this way it's firm to the battery. So let's do this. Put the soldering iron down, wet cloth, dry cloth, and then using our remover, the paint thinner or lacquer thinner I'm using, just clean up the flux. And there we have it. Just like it was meant to be there. Well, almost. I don't have, unfortunately, the spot welder at the moment, but I will be maybe building one soon, or maybe buying one. We'll see. They're pretty cheap these days, about 120 Australian dollars for a spot welder. So, all right, I will finish this battery and put all this stuff back on, and then we'll assemble it and test it out. The battery block is now ready. So all the cells are in, they're all soldered in. So now we're going to be carefully, just remember this does have charge in it. It's fully charged, so you're going to be really careful installing it. Make sure you don't short anything. So once I'll install it off camera, so I'll have to be really careful and slow. I don't want to bore you with it. Don't forget to also, once you install and solder everything, the thermocouple, make sure it sits right on the battery. I usually use what do you call it, a thermal cement. So you can just do a drop, you can clean that old silicone off and use a drop of thermal cement and just push it right in there, and a bit of Kapton tape to let it set. The thermal cement sets very quickly. Also, some people say, oh, never solder with a soldering iron. You know, I've never had a problem. I've been soldering for as far as I remember. I've always soldered lithium ion batteries and never had a single problem. So I'll put the board in and we'll come back. So the battery is repacked and ready to go. So we're going to put it in and see what happens. So I'll put the cover on, just in case if it's got some sort of a safety switch or something on it. Okay, and I'm going to press the button. And bingo! It works. It's actually not that loud as well, so I'll plug the charger in. And it says it's fully charged, of course, because it's fresh batteries. I wonder if it'll turn on. Yeah, when the charger is plugged in, it wouldn't let you turn it on. You can see the green light, but if I unplug the charger, then the vacuum cleaner is working again. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to comment, subscribe, and like the videos. I will see you next time. My name is Max. Bye.